Today, I'm at Dr. Peter Odili Road here in Transamadi, Port Harcourt, Rivers State, Nigeria, to meet a fine artist who believes that with unity, Africa can become better and greater.
In Africa, in general, we have to be there's that division. That division has been there, for God knows when, But we are using this. We can still use our art. We can still use our craft, to speak, to come together.
Reconnect.
Yeah, to connect to each other. Come together and shine our light to the world. Understand? My name is Victor. From Imo State. But I was born and brought up in Port Harcourt here. All my life is in Port Harcourt here, that is.
Okay, that means you're a PH boy.
Yeah, Port Harcourt boy, for real, yeah.
So what do you do?
Okay, I'm an artist. I'm a fine artist. I do painting, sculpture, any medium of art you can think of, I can do it. Yeah, that's what I do, yeah.
So how did it start?
Okay, it all started, art usually is an inborn thing, It's something I started right from my primary school, growing up as an artist. In school, I normally do a lot of drawings, Even I could remember in my secondary school, I nearly, go down on my grades because of drawing, because I do draw every single day. I draw, and there's one other, my passion. What gives me joy when it comes to drawing is when I see people look at my drawings. It gives me a lot of joy and it motivates me to do more. So that's why I always draw, and thank God you are here today. Yeah.
Your story is nice. Your story is nice. Before drawing, tell us a little bit about your family, your background and all that.
Okay, I was born in the family of Mr. and Mrs. Okezie Samson. Elder Okezie, we are 6 in number. I have a brother. I have 4 sisters. So that just it. Yeah.
Okay, so looking at your job, painting, where do you see yourself? When you see what you do and the kind of nice artworks you do, where do you see yourself in the next 2-3 years to come?
Then, I always think about elevating, going places, doing new things, exploring more in the art. Seeing myself in this art, I saw myself going places, I saw myself doing well, improving on myself, on myself as an artist, going places, doing more concerning art, exploring more. That's just it, yeah.
Okay, like the way you said, you see yourself going places and you see yourself doing more. Yeah. And I see the African this thing bricks on your neck, so it's giving me the African vibe. You understand? And I'm someone whose intention is to show the unseen side of Africa. So and now you said you want to explore, you want to try new things, and so now I'm asking you as an artist, how would you see it that you have how would you see it that you can go to other African countries, to showcase this your art?
Yeah. Okay. And when it comes to the beats, I love Africa. I love my culture. I do more of my cultural things. I'm an African artist, an indigenous artist, in Africa, and I love everything about Africa. Even most of my mediums, is mainly on African culture, African designs and stuff.
African stories.
Yes, Africa. I tell more of African stories in in my paintings, in my art in general. I tell more of African stories. Because I know the world want to know about Africa. African art going viral and all that. So I do more of African art. I love everything Africa. You can see the bead I'm wearing, and it tells more. As an African artist and an emerging artist coming from Africa, that's how it is, yeah.
But then the question is, how would you see it if you're given the opportunity to explore other African countries, maybe through this your artwork?
Okay. I really like to go to other African countries. Do more of African, do more research, do more findings. About Africa in general. You know, and like I can some of my colleagues, going to Dakar. Like there's one what's it called? An art expo.
Okay,
Yeah, art exhibition. If you've heard about it,
I know.
what's it called? Um, uh, Life in My City. I don't know if you've heard about Life in
Okay,
My City.
okay, yeah,
The winners of Life in My City
yeah,
go to Dakar, Senegal.
okay,
To do as a winner, as an emerging artist, a winner in that expo.
yeah,
You're being given the opportunity to visit Dakar
okay.
in Senegal, to explore more, to exhibit in that this thing. And me as an artist, I really like to go there, and see way of life, see the way of life of people out there, how they live, how their culture, what is their culture like, you
Okay.
know that's how it is. Yeah.
So that means you as an African, you have that zeal. Like you have that spirit in you to also explore other African countries. You have that zeal to also see the other part of Africa. But now, we Africans, we don't have that common communication, common relationship between one another. We don't imagine, let me use Nigeria as example. Nigeria now, we have countries that are close to us. Cameroon, we have Niger, we have Chad, we have Ghana, that are very close to us by landmarks, but we don't have common communication, we don't have common relationship with them. That has been a major challenge to us, because we, the young generations now, don't know that before now, we Africans, we used to live together. And now you are saying you would like to explore Senegal. And looking at it now, I don't think a Nigerian has, a free visa to Senegal. And we are supposed to have a free visa to African, like, we are supposed to explore together. You understand? So we are using our medium, and we are showing them that hey, if you guys open your door to us, if Africa can open her door for every Africans to travel and do business together, that Africa will grow. Because now look at you, you are a successful artist here, and you have nice artworks that you've done, and these arts are supposed to be competing globally. But due to the fact that we don't have any communication, like artists in Nigeria now don't have any business with artists in Ghana. You understand? Now I don't know. We are trying to use our platform in calling for African unity. I don't know if you have anything, to add to what I'm just saying.
Okay. When in Africa in general, we have to be there's that division. That division has been there, for God knows when. But we are using this. We can still use our art. We can still use our craft. To speak, to come
To
together.
reconnect.
Yeah, to connect to each other. Come together and shine our light to the world. Understand? So.
But wait. I like that word.
Yeah.
Continue.
So that's just how it is. In Africa now, the world now is looking at Africa. What can we as an individual do? What can we show? Because we know God has blessed us with so many mineral resources. God has blessed us with things, all, not to compare, other countries where you have where you have their bad weather, where you have the tsunami, where you have natural disaster. Africa is not like that. Africa is being blessed. Africa is blessed. God has just made everything for us. The problem is just me and you. What are we doing? What are we doing to make Africa a better place, make Africa where a tourist center where people can come and see things, where people can come and come for tourist visits,
Yes.
to make Africa, to bring out the glory, to bring out the glory of Africa again.
One man said to bring back our pride.
Yeah.
You understand? To bring back our pride, because the major challenge we are having in Africa now is because our leaders have made us lose value. You understand? We don't have that respect again. The world, in short, the world sees Africa now as like a refuge dump, like where they dump their used things, where they give their charity to. You understand? They want to organize charity where they will, they will be thinking about sending it to Africa. But meanwhile, Africa is naturally blessed, and now we are telling we the young Africans are telling our leaders now that hey, we cannot do it. Look, we have guys now that are good in paintings. We don't have to go. You don't have to go to. You don't have to go to the US or go to the UK to go buy auction paintings now. Now we have guys that are doing nice paintings in Africa now, and now we want Africans to support Africa. We want Africans to buy from Africans. So just in case someone sees this interview I did for you, and the person feel like, okay, I love some of the works you've done here, and I would like to have them in my office in South Africa. I would like to have them in my office in Ethiopia. How can someone reach out to you, please?
Okay, it's quite simple. Through the social media platform, we can connect to each other. We can talk via Instagram, via Facebook. We can do business. We can connect through those platforms. So that's just how it is. And we Africans come it like a friend was me and a friend we were talking, and he said Africa is being blessed. Africa is blessed. The only natural disaster we have is our politicians, our politicians that is ruling, our leaders. That's the only natural disaster we have. But apart from that, Africa is blessed. Africa is the promised land. God has blessed Africa with everything. So that's how it is. You can connect with each other. We can connect with each other via social media platform. Instagram, Facebook. Yeah. So okay. You can connect me on my handle is on Facebook, Victor Samson. You can reach out to me through there, Victor Samson. Even on Instagram, Facebook.
That's your social
Yes,
handle.
yes.
Okay, then
And you can see also connect me via WhatsApp. Via WhatsApp. My WhatsApp line 070 67424260. I go again 070 67424260. Yeah.
So if just in case you're not in Nigeria and you want to get in, please don't forget to add our country code. So with what you're saying so far, you're telling me that you too, you're on the fight that Africans should come together and unite together.
Yeah, definitely. Africa should come together, and let's, like I always say, let's bring back that glory. Africa used to be a place where people do come. I would say Africa is a promised land.
Yes.
Where you come, you see our natural resources. Africa is blessed with natural resources.
Let me tell you, Africa truly is the promised land, because in Africa, we have a country named Lesotho. Lesotho is the country above every other country in the world.
Yeah.
Like if you are in Lesotho, anywhere you are in Lesotho, you're I don't know how to, like, how many thousand above normal, like sea level. That means when you are in Lesotho, it's almost as if you're on the latitude that airplanes fly. So that thing is supposed to be celebrated. You understand? People are supposed to be worshiping that country, and now we want to unite together to reclaim our mandate. Thank you for supporting this fight. Thank you for using your artwork to connect to what we are saying, and we are telling other artists in Africa here, wherever you are, come out. Let's unite together. Let's come together. Let's do business together. Let's have a free movement between one another. Let's buy and sell within one another. Because if we start doing so, the African continent will become rich and better. Marvel of the East. Please do well to subscribe to this channel and like my video, comment and share. Thank you. Cameraman, you do better work.